Well, hello there and welcome back to another Poem Master video. I'm not sure if I'm even going to make this a actual video. Okay, I'm listening to music at the same time and it's like super distracting. But Marnie came out and I I probably shouldn't have rolled for her, but I scouted for her because I think she is good enough to complete tower. So I rolled for her and that's good, but I don't have dark gear like at all. I don't have like a single bit of dark gear and I should probably get to that. And so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to consider what gear I want to do. Normally for gear, this is kind of like a gear crafting video, so we'll see like what happens, but the gear process takes a long time because you're basically digging for certain things. I'll tell you kind of my strategy of doing it, and we'll see. I like to save anything. Whenever I get catastrophe, I just lock it in. Honestly, this isn't even that bad either because unscathed and your Nova and Dark, honestly that's pretty good for Dark. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to bring you on to what I do when it comes to getting gear. I mean, this isn't even that bad either, really. Yes, so I don't have a single good piece of dark gear, like at all. Maybe one piece, that's okay, but I want to craft dark gear, and I'm gonna bring you on to the process of how I do gear, right? So anyways, it's you have to get a lot of these feathers first, and you see that I have a bunch of them. Honestly, I've gotten a lot recently just because they've given double. Okay, I need to stop the music because I'm getting so distracted. Scandal, I'm listening to Departure by Scandal. Shout out to Scandal. But basically, because I am, I've been playing the game for a while, and I have my stamina bank is huge, but also I buy the pass. The pass gives me extra stamina, and right now you get double daily stamina, and so you just have a lot of access to stamina, right? And so usually when I'm done with, man, these are some pretty good. Usually when I'm done with the events, because you want to prioritize using stamina on events, I personally don't need to farm for any other mats, for any other like upgrade items, so I just go ahead and dump all my stamina into getting the skill feathers, right? And for the gear feathers, and so that's why I have a lot. So first off, you have to have a lot of those, and then what I like to do is I am super picky when it comes to gear at this point, just because I kind of messed up and I didn't buy a lot of those like ever pins in the beginning. And so now, because I didn't buy a lot of ever pins, it's like important for me to be really stingy with my gear. Fighting move up by a lot. What's the physical attack? Physical attack 60, main character. That might be good for fighting tower. We'll see. But yeah, I want to be like super picky with my gear at this point. And so the first thing I do is I just go through a bunch of these yellow skill feathers, the bronze one, because I'm digging for certain stats. Because what you want to do is you don't want to pin the first off, I don't even pin the themes, because I don't think pinning themes is that important unless you're really targeting a certain team or a certain thing. But it's the additional effects that you really want to pin. And honestly, you don't want to pin it in the first or second slot. You really want to make sure you pin it at the final slot, just because every time you roll for a skill, perfect. This is literally, whoa, bug zone, bug move, catastrophe, 80 base attack. Guys, I just got the god bug gear. This is the god bug gear. This is great for Arc Suit Alder because it boosts bug move, a little bit of crit, which is not terrible, but I mean, this is god gear. I just rolled into god gear. That's okay. I mean, this is what you look for, by the way. You want to look for the best, I shouldn't say the best, but the most versatile additional effect, in my opinion, is Catastrophe 3 and Crit Hit, or Crit Move 3. I forgot what exactly it's called. But basically, you're basically only gonna be doing crit damage, and so you want the most versatile at the bottom, and then you lock this. So when you lock this, every time you re-roll, you'll always re-roll these two when you use a Silver Feather, and so you're not wasting rolls, because if you lock Catastrophe in the first slot, then that means when you re-roll, sometimes you might not even get a stat in the, or a skill in the third slot, and so you really want to only lock down here. I can understand if you want to lock 80 attack, like 80 attack is the highest you can get, so I can understand if you're making God gear and you want to squeeze out extra attack and defense, or basically just attack. I can understand you locking stats, but that's God gear. That's God gear from a yellow feather, guys. Come on, no locking needed. But that's gonna be great for Bug Tower when I go ahead and get around to that. But like I said, you just keep doing this. I want to at least make one good piece of gear this video if possible. Sometimes I can be sitting here doing this for like a while. I started with almost 8,000 feathers, so let's see how far it goes down. But yeah, you just want to keep rolling like this, and there's a lot of skills that are good. Honestly, I might be skipping good gear because at this point it's not really that important for me to have gear. Like that piece is pretty good if you have a special rock attacker, you know, but it's not really important for me to get good gear because I already have a good amount of gear, and I'm really only looking for a certain amount of things at this point. And again, when I'm doing this, I'm mainly looking for Catastrophe or Crit Move 3 at this slot. And again, it has to be Catastrophe 3 or Crit Hit 3. It can't be like Catastrophe 1 or 2. This is not bad either. Stats condition. I rather like I would be considering locking like stats condition or change. Weather Train Zone Sync Move Up is also pretty versatile too. And so again, in my opinion, you want to get the versatile at the bottom slot. Like here, perfect interference. Like this is not bad. If you know that you're gonna use a lot of team with interference, then this is good to have at the fourth slot, or the third slot, I mean. Honestly, I might save that just because I have a really good skill at the last slot. I mean, I have a bunch of, well, I mean, I don't have that many bracelets left, but I just like to start a new one before I go back and reroll old ones, just because I have new ones, you know. So yeah. You can easily see if the skill is at its highest level when it's I guess orange like this. So you can tell that, okay, that's the highest stat. And so I just keep going until I see basically a yellow at the bottom. Sometimes if it has 3 skills and there's a few of them yellow, I might go ahead and slow down and check what the skills are, so I'm careful not to reroll it. Usually I'm not too worried about base stats. I mean, it's nice to have a really good base stat at the end of the day, because honestly, base stat is probably more important than additional effects. But again, you're rolling for the additional effect, so that's the main thing you're rolling for in my opinion. And so even if the base stat is really good, I'll probably keep on rolling until I get decent additional effects and decent base stats, kind of a mixture of both. But honestly, I think the base stat is what's going to give you most of your power, because this is only a few percentage increase. You know, 80 plus base attack and might even be potentially like a 10% increase in attack. So just consider, like, I think base stat's more important, but honestly, when I roll, I kind of roll just for skill. So you just want pieces, and well, it's pretty bad. So I just keep re-rolling because again, I have a bunch of feathers and I farmed a bunch of them. Like, I went down to like 3,000, 2,000 recently. So I'm surprised I'm up this much already. Flying zone, okay, I don't want that. But yeah, it's just, you just keep doing this, or I just keep doing this. Like, again, there might be a bunch of gear that you might, oh, that's a pretty good piece, but I'm just rolling over it, because at this point, again, I'm looking for pretty specific things. And sometimes it might take thousands upon thousands of feathers to get like what I want here. So if I can get it this video, it'd be pretty nice. So we just keep rerolling. Crit move. Yes, this is exactly what you want here. But you want this at the 3rd slot. So crit move, you want it at the 3rd slot because again, it's versatile. You can if I roll this, it's just versatile. So crit 3 at the bottom slot is good. I'm just gonna re-roll that one because again, that's not at the bottom slot, and so it's not even worth holding on to. And again, you can kind of speed run. If there's only 2 skills, I just run through it. It's no point. Or if there's only 1 skill, I just run through it because there's no point holding on to it. It's usually the ones that are 3 skills that I like slow down and take a peek at. But you know, we can kind of go fast here. That one's not good. And then, you know, this is only phase 1, by the way, guys. I'll get to phase 2 hopefully in this video. But we just kind of breathe through. Those are, again, no orange, so it's not like I want to keep them. That one's a really good at the final, but maybe I should have kept it, but it's okay. No big deal. Paralysis. Ooh. Electric move sync. See, this is a pretty decent piece. If the theme was like electric, I can see that being a great piece, but we run through again. The problem is, even if I get to phase 2, I might not even get a good dark piece. Like I might get a good like bug piece or a good fairy piece, and then in that case, I might want to keep that. So it could be a little bit. I mean, this is a pretty decent piece too. Like opponent stats condition, steel zone, Hoenn. Like it doesn't seem that bad. So if we get to phase 2, we'll see. I might force a dark piece. Not only do I need to do it for bracelet, but I need to do it for bandana and pin. And so again, I don't have any good dark piece, so it's kind of rough that, yeah, I would love to get my hands on tower right now, but I really would like good gear. And again, when you're making gear, you also have to know like what's most of your damage coming from. Is most of your damage coming from sync moves? Is most of your damage coming from normal moves? Perfect, I got perfect. This is exactly what I wanted here. I'll show you guys. So you have this, and then here's what you do. You pin that. You pin crit move 3. So that didn't take as long as I thought it would, because sometimes that takes like actual hours. But now you have what you want. All right. So now when you roll, I can show a few examples. That will always be at the 3rd slot. And so like when I roll, I mean, look at this piece. I mean, this piece is already decent. All right. And then look at this piece. That's a great fairy piece if I had like a fairy theme, right? So all the, you know, next pieces are always going to be like pretty usable because you always have the crit move 3 at that last slot, right? So once you have that, and you see here, like, because it's on my 3rd slot, I didn't unlock the 2nd slot. And so anyways, after that, what you want to do is, again, I was talking about, like, you want to consider, okay, is most of your damage coming from sync moves? Is most of your damage coming from normal moves? If most of your damage are coming from sync moves, then at this point you want to use the 2-star pink skill feathers, and because this will get you effects that boost your sync move damage, right? But if you're doing mainly normal move damage, then you want to use the 2-star red feathers. Now this increases effects that increase your normal move damage. All right. Where do you get these, by the way? You get these from the shop. You get them from the shop. You have to do battle rally, and when you do battle rally, you get you know, the points, right? And then what you do is you spend 10,000 points to get 100 of the feathers. Of course, the main priority is buying the roll cake coin voucher. In my opinion, that's priority number 1. But after that, you can go ahead and just buy, I would say, the co-op sync orbs if you need them, the 5-star power up tickets if you need them. But honestly, I'd prioritize, I've already bought the red feathers for this month, but I'll prioritize, you know, the roll cake vouchers 100%, and then I'll go to pink feather and red feathers depending on, you know, what your team damage does. Because I'm doing dark gear and does a lot of damage with his buddy move, Neo Champion Marnie does a bunch of damage with her buddy move, so it's going to be important that I go ahead and focus on that form of dark gear, or dark gear that boosts my physical, like my normal move damage. Let's go ahead and find that piece that I rolled. Yeah, I have a lot of pieces. Where is it? Where is it? Is it? I can't find it. Was it this? I think it was this. Okay, so now we use our red feathers. Wait, crit move 3. Did it go down? Was this the piece that I rolled for earlier, and did my thing go down? Did it move down? I didn't realize that it moved down if... Oh, crit is on my 3rd slot now. Okay, is this the same piece, guys? Oh, I may have messed up. I didn't realize that if you get a 2 piece that it moves to skill down. Oh gosh, I may have just messed up a lot. Because now, yeah, look, it's not... Oh, okay, I can't do this. Oh, did I really mess up? Oh, okay, well now you guys know that the mistake you can do is... Because I wasn't that, yeah, it wasn't that. Oh my gosh, guys, I fumbled that hard. It wasn't that. Okay, well, I'm learning with you guys. So, if you locked it at the 3rd slot, you don't want to unlock a new thing where crit move 3 is at the 2nd slot, just because that might happen, which you just saw there. Oh my gosh, I just ruined that piece. I actually just ruined that piece. I wasted a pin. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. Well, now you guys know what not to do. You know what I mean, right? Like, you don't unlock something with 2 skills and then like that skill moves down. I thought it would kept the 3rd slot. I thought the ever pin would make it so that it... Alright, well, run it again, guys, run it again. I thought the ever pin would make it stick to that slot, but apparently it didn't. Oh, that's such a waste of the ever pin. Because now that gear, if you upgrade it, there might be a chance that you don't get a 3rd skill, which means that you're just losing value from those pink and red feathers. Just because, again, those feathers are, you can only get a certain amount every month. And so, especially if you're aiming to do like Pasio Tower content, I'm just gonna skip that Catastrophe 3 at the 1st slot. It's not worth it. So yeah, I mean, there you go. You guys see the mistake that I made. I didn't know that, so I just learned that there. I'm sure people have talked about it, but you know, I don't really look at content, and so, man, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Holy. But now we just have to do it again. Again, it took faster than I expected. It took like probably less than 300 feathers to get that, and so hopefully the next one takes less than, I don't know, 1,000 feathers, so that we're not here all day. But yeah, sometimes I go a little bit quickly. Obviously, if I get Catastrophe or if I get crit move, I'm not gonna skip that. I'm usually pretty good at not skipping that because it takes a few button presses to go to the next feather. Interference 4. Honestly, I'll keep the Interference 4 just in case I'm having a team that uses Trap or Flinch. I mean, that's not bad. See, this is pretty good too. Like, I'll keep that. That's a little bit better. Obviously, you're doing less sync move damage, but it's more versatile because it could be used for status changes or status condition. Those are not bad at the bottom. Again, you want the versatile. You want versatileness instead of like, obviously I can go greedy and go for like dark move up 3, but again, you don't have that many ever pins. So especially if you're like me and you didn't buy ever pins at the beginning, you want to really be careful with them, and so you want to get the most value out of them. And so that's why I recommend just rolling for a incredibly versatile skill additional effect at that 3rd slot. But yeah, it could take a while. Like, we had that piece, I could have made a really good dark piece out of that, but unfortunately my game is glitched. Yeah, sometimes if you go too fast there, I glitched the screen, so you can't go too fast. Fairy, maybe that was a good piece. I should have slowed down for that. But you just keep going. Also, like, physical move and special move is a pretty versatile one. But again, the most versatile in my opinion is crit hit or crit move and Catastrophe. I mean, you can never go wrong with Catastrophe. I wish I would have not messed up, because now it would have... Oh, maybe I should have kept that. Again, a versatile one. I wish I didn't mess up, because I'll be talking about better stuff now, because now I'm just talking about the same stuff over and over again. because I have obviously more stuff to talk about once you go on to the next phase. Because again, we're only on phase 1 here, and phase 2 is where stuff gets super fun in my opinion. This phase is boring and luck based, and you're just praying for the right skill at the right place. Catastrophe 2, yeah, sometimes you get the Catastrophe 2 or the Catastrophe 1 in that 3rd slot, and that's never fun too. By the way, I have to do this with all 3 gear just because I don't have a single good dark gear. So let's see how low my yellow feather stock goes. Sand blaster. Ooh, rock zone. See, this is a good rock gear. If we had a good rock theme. Child gear, I think it was. So what, Olivia? So we just keep going till we get crit hit 3. Gonna skip those. Champion. Ooh, okay. Yeah, when it comes to themes, again, right now I'm rolling for additional effects, but honestly, some of the best themes in my opinion are champion, because Neo champion characters are like a lot of them. And then just normal champions, like, you know, your Arctude Cynthias and Arctude Stevens count as champions. So champion theme I think is really strong. Obviously the most powerful characters in this game are main characters. Think like 1996 Red, think Gloria and all those characters. And so main character as a theme is really strong. So I think main characters and champion are the best themes. But at the end of the day, it's like, what characters are you using, right? You might be using a character that's not a main character or not a champion. In that case, you have to follow their typing or whatnot, right? Maybe they are a rival, maybe they are, you know, someone like that. And again, when it comes to base stats, the best base stats I think for attack and special attack is 80. So you really want to be, you know, aiming towards 80, because the stats are better than additional effects in my opinion. I am rolling for additional effect, but at the end of the day, I think the stat is really what's strong. And I think for HP, I think the biggest HP you can get from the pin is like 100, I believe, or like 120. I don't quite remember. But the pin, obviously the stat in the pin is less important. For the pin, I think it also has a chance of giving you attack or special attack. So if that's the case, you see, this is a pretty good poison piece. Sync move damage, poison. I might just keep that. I mean, I feel like that piece is actually good full stop for what it is. And again, that's why I'm like, you know, I am slowly checking stuff, because again, I've been doing this for a while, and so I kind of know like when to kind of stop and read what it has to say. But yeah, honestly, sometimes the defense, because these pieces is mainly the attack that you want to really maximize, but sometimes you get a little bit of HP and defense, and honestly, if you get 80 attack and then a little bit of HP, a little bit of defense, then that piece is exceptionally good. And again, sometimes you want to prioritize higher attack than additional effects. It's just that the additional effects is more RNG based in my opinion than the base stats, which is why I want to roll for that. Yeah, crit move 2, we were close to greatness there, but alas. Physical sync move was pretty decent there. I saw Dark Zone, so I'm like, wait, hold up, I need to look at this piece. Dark Zone weather. Oh, I probably should have chilled for that piece. Oh my gosh, look at this. Burn. Flinching. Asleep. Well, you can't have burn and asleep, so it's not that great. But, you know, that piece wasn't that bad at all. But we just keep rolling. Yeah, there's a few of them that's, instead of boost damage, they boost your defense. So you see the capital DR, that means damage reduction. So that means you take less damage from your opponent. But I find that, again, super situational. Again, you want to go for versatility here, which is why I really prioritize crit move and catastrophe. But if you, for some reason, you need damage reduction, then you can go ahead and go for those. But again, I think just doing the damage yourself is going to be way more versatile. And again, we're just looking for the versatile piece. I can definitely go with a gear that increases damage when I'm in zone, which is what I might go for the other pieces. But when it comes to this piece, I really just want to show a crit move 3 where I don't mess up. Unscathed rock. Catastrophe 3, yeah, like this is... We'll just skip that. How far have I gone? 25 minutes. I mean, this is the full gear experience. I'm giving you guys the full gear experience right now. This is what it feels like to me to make gear. Again, this is just my strategy. I'm sure there's other people's strategy that might even be better than mine here, but you know, this is how I do it. So come on, crit move 3 at the 3rd slot. Bring it back. Catastrophe 3 at the 1st slot. Again, Catastrophe 3 is great, but if it's at the 1st slot, it's not the greatest, because I don't want to lock it at the 1st slot. I want to lock it at the 3rd slot. Yeah, but you can see that the frequency of seeing Catastrophe 3 and crit move 3 isn't terrible. It's not terrible. Huh, that's an interesting piece. For Ghost Tower, I think I can do a little bit better. So I'm just gonna skip that piece. Just keep going here. Crit move 1, not the greatest. Opponent's flinching. Flinching isn't the greatest because flinching doesn't last a long time. No, crit move 2. We were so close again. But you just keep going, you know? It takes a while to get a good piece. And even then, like, this is, again, phase 1. I gotta stress that. We're only at phase 1. You only get to phase 2, I'll be so excited. Crit move 1. Yeah, some of them also have special names. You know, it's induction and stuff like that. And those have to do with, like, rain and... Normally it's rain and electric zone, which are the weirdly named ones. But the other ones are... I guess sun might be a little bit weirdly named too. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the chances of getting something in the 3rd slot is not 100%, right? And then the chance of it being crit hit is even rarer. Ooh, I think I may have just skipped a good piece there. Sometimes you do that. Sometimes you may miss a good piece just because you're tilted that you messed up something. Me. Yeah, so not only do you have to get the skill at the 3rd slot, it needs to be the right skill. And then even if it's the right skill, it needs to be the skill in the right level. Again, I'm going to keep that as a versatile piece. Not as versatile as crit, but... Because sometimes you don't utilize zone or stats condition or stats changes. So that's why even though those seem versatile, they're not as versatile as raw crits. Because for the most part, you'll always be critting. There are a few conditions where you don't crit, but that's, again, not going to encounter too many of that. Weather change 3. Oh, I gotta keep these. I mean, they're versatile enough, these ones. And you can see, I haven't even used 1,000 feathers this video. And we're already, how far are we? So that's why I'm saying this could take hours if you're actually rolling thousands of feathers. This could take hours. And keep in mind there's only one piece. I need to do 3 pieces. My throat's already starting to hurt. I guess it hurt when I woke up this morning, but... Ooh, fire moves. Flying zone. Flying moves, okay. Gotta slow down when I see flying moves. Because I technically need flying gear. You know, while I'm doing this, it's also good to keep in mind what gears you need. Right now I need flying gear, ghost gear, fighting gear, fairy gear, bug gear. Oh, look at this. Dark moves. Not bad. But obviously the themes weren't good there. I couldn't, my Pokemon or my sync pairs couldn't really utilize that. Poison move 3, not bad. Ghost Zone. Oh, okay, let's not mess this one up. Let's not mess this one up, guys. How much ever pins? I only have. Look, I only have 7. Now I have 6. So let's not mess this up. I know what I should be doing, and it's not being an idiot. Red phase 2. You have what you want at the additional effect. Phase 2, you're going to be rolling. And look, everyone, like I mentioned, everyone's going to be decent. Because you're using the silver feathers, you normally get a little bit better themes. I shouldn't say better themes. You usually get more themes and additional effects. Ooh, did I accidentally overwrite? I accidentally overwrite. That could have been so bad. Okay. So now you go really slow. That piece isn't good. Dark moves. Okay? Dark moves, but again, no dark theme. Because right now I'm looking, because my final team I'm going to be using Marnie and that's it. I'm going to use Marnie and N. So I need dark theme, Alola theme, rival theme. I think they're all rivals. I should probably check that. Let's confirm rewrite. Are they all rivals? Because again, this is mainly for floor 30. So is N a rival? He is a rival. Is Marnie a rival? She is a rival. Okay, well, Marnie's a Galar. So, rival theme. If I get the rival theme, why did I go into lab? So, rival theme, Galar theme, Unova, Dark. Obviously, Dark is the most versatile in terms of what I'm doing here. So at the bottom, yeah, I should have started. My bad. Oh gosh. I guess I only really have 2 that have crit hit 3 at the 3rd slot, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. But yeah, you see there, I got 2 crit hit 3 pieces under like 1,000 feathers. And so, while yes, it's annoying, it's definitely, that's what I recommend. I don't recommend you go straight into red feathers or, you know, get something that's not as good. See, this is a great piece. Grass, special move hit 3, flinching up move 5. I mean, look at that. It's pretty good, right? Look at this one. Crit move 2. Yes, so you can get multiple crit move. Bug. I mean, this is a great bug piece right here for Alder, for Arcsuit Alder. I'm just gonna unfortunately skip it because I'm targeting. Oh, look at this. This piece is pretty good too. If it's for Psychic, if you're doing for Psychic terrain, so I mean this is literally the perfect, I shouldn't say perfect, literally perfect, but it's a great piece to use with new champion Hilda, because she takes advantage of all these. Mainly she does normal move damage, and so you've increased her normal move damage by 10%, you've increased her attack by 80. This is a great piece for example, new champion Hilda, right? This piece isn't very good. Crit move 3, there we go. Crit move 3. Pinch isn't that great because you need to be low HP, but you can have double crit move 3. So that's a decent piece right there. Fire, so I have burn and fire and 80 attack, and HP and defense is plus like 25 each. This is a great piece for fire, in my opinion. I mean, I'll take this, even though Rock Zone is useless. That's a great piece. This piece is a little bit not as great. Dragon Zone. I mean, look, if this was Dragon, crit move, Dragon Zone, come on, that's a great piece. This piece isn't very good because these themes don't really work with the additional effects. Again, not the greatest because the stat was like 45. I mean, this is a very versatile piece. You got main character, special move, weather change, crit. Unfortunately, the team I'm using has literally no special character, or literally no main characters. But normally the main characters are really versatile, right? And so like you just have to go really slow when you do these ones, just because you don't have a lot of them, and most of them are actually really good. Because again, we locked in the crit move 3, and so all of them are just gonna have that crit move 3. Ghost. I'm also looking for Ghost Gear. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. But yeah, we can kind of skip some of these because some of these aren't the greatest. That one actually had Dark. Yeah, we can kind of skip these. Flying Zone. Asleep, Flinching. Again, Flinching isn't the greatest. Flinching, Sleep, Frozen. I mean, those are temporary stat conditions. So Wouldn't really say those are the greatest. Paralysis and burn and poison though, those are great because those are permanent and you get 5 extra %. So those are really good. Flying, burn, flinching, ice zone, you know, like look at these pieces. I mean, there's really high potential of them being really strong. And hopefully if we had a good one with good additional effects, good themes, it also has a good base stat. 70 is basically where I'd want to be. Dark moves, look at this. It just doesn't have good themes or stats, honestly. So, oh, dark moves, there we go. Good attack, but really bad themes. So again, we're just targeting certain ones here for phase 2. Yeah, versatile again, because weather change, trap, main character that one had. Dark moves, ooh, see, but not quite what we're looking for. Yeah, you can kind of tell why I don't have any good dark gear. It's because dark's pretty tough to get good gear with. Although rivals does work, so dark and rivals. I'm actually rolling for 2 themes that work with all 3 of my characters. Whoa, water move. So if you have a good water Pokemon right there, that's really strong. And yeah, sometimes you can roll into 2 of the same stats, which I think is fun, which we saw with that water move earlier. Ooh. Okay, see, this is tough because rival, crit move up 3, crit move up 3, flinching up 4. I'm gonna hold on to that. I think this is good enough because the stat isn't great, but it's physical attack. My Marnie team, most of the damage is gonna be coming from Neo Champion Marnie and Arc Suit N. So those characters don't really need physical attack. I mean, obviously my Marnie, my alt Marnie, my gym Marnie, she does want physical attack, but she doesn't do as much damage as the other 2 characters. So just having rival and crit move 3 is good enough. The flinching, the opponent flinching might matter just because sometimes I might flinch them and sync immediately. So I might flinch them and then use a move immediately. So that could still have a little bit of value. And then 20 HP, we can't complain about that. So basically, I'm content with that gear. I'm gonna move on to bandana. Honestly, I'll probably keep the recording running just because why not? I'll just make this video extra long if you want to go through it with me. But that's kind of it. If you want to click off the video, if you watched this far, thank you. But that's basically it of how I farm gear. And then you go to the next one, you know, you go to the next one, and that's basically it. So if you watched that, again, thank you for watching. If you want to click off there, that's kind of how I approach gear. And yeah, you know what, I might as well just keep on going talking about this, because I'll just make the whole video about me making a perfect set of gear. I just went ahead and re-rolled a bunch more yellow feathers. You can see it now, I'm at 6,700. So today I've already used like 100, 1,000, and 200. But yes, a few things I didn't mention last time that I probably should have mentioned. This, because we make this gear so versatile. Right now I'm rolling specifically for Dark Tower, for a dark piece of gear. But you can always, after you're done using the gear, after you've cleared the content that you want to clear, you can always keep on re-rolling this artifact, or this, I call it artifact, this piece of gear, because that locked crit move 3 would always still be there, right? And so that's why you want to make these pieces as versatile as possible, in my opinion. So let's keep on rolling this. Again, we're looking for a few certain things. This is special attack gear, and so because my main damage output is going to be from special moves, I definitely want to make sure that the stat is at least 70, and so I might be a little bit more picky when it comes to the base stat rather than anything else. Obviously we still need good theme, we still need a theme to match, but if I get decent additional effects, I might not roll, I might not, you know, might not be too picky about this one, simply because as long as the theme and the base stats high, like right here you can see dark theme but nothing else is good, so we have to keep on rolling that. But again, you can see most of these pieces end up being really strong. It's just that I'm kind of digging for a certain thing, and I've completed most towers, and so it's like not a big deal. I mean, this is a pretty good one too. Poison, getting status condition, and trap. Sleep, dragon. Yeah, this is the fun part. I think this is exciting when you roll for gear. Again, I'm almost used 100 of these feathers, and I don't have much left. I mean, look at this. Dark theme, 80 special attack. Unfortunately, the additional effects aren't that good, but I might keep on rolling for this piece just a few more times. But honestly, that piece is already pretty, like, again, we have the right theme, we have the right base stat. So I'll roll a little bit more, probably like 20, 30 more feathers, just because I have them, but I really should call it good for now. I mean, look at this piece of Bug Zone. Yeah, because I doubt I'm gonna find something more versatile than that. Again, the additional effects, I wish they were a little bit better, but I might need to just hold on to that one. Call it good for now. But I'll go a few more just to see if I can fish for anything just a tiny bit better. Although that piece itself is, again, not the greatest, just because the additional effects aren't that good. But I'm really happy about the 80 special attack, and this is literally the best it gets. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Dark, a little bit less special attack, but you're doing a little bit more normal move damage. Now, is this even worth it? You're losing 10 special attack, but you're gaining an additional effect. And in my opinion, this isn't good enough because it's only 2%. If it was like a 4 or 5% somehow, then yeah. But we're just gonna finish that as our special, as our bandana, and then we're gonna go on to pin now. Let's see, do I need to start fresh? Sometimes I might have pins that I've saved, but I doubt I have anyone with crit move 3 at the final stat that I can lock and upgrade here. No, I do not. Okay, so I have to fish again, and again I'm at 6,724. And after over 1,000 feathers, I've finally gotten crit move 3 on a pin. I normally don't go this hard, but because I'm recording a video about this, I just want to go hard. As you see, my pins, I don't think I have a single one with catastrophe 3 or crit move 3 as the third additional effect. I don't know why my pins on my account have just been awful, but yeah, I really wanted to go hard for it for the video just to demonstrate. But honestly, you don't need to go this hard. I mean, as long as you find a piece that's good enough, or you find a piece with, you know, some good themes or some good stats, you don't need to go this hard. But yeah, on my account, literally not a single catastrophe 3 or crit move 3 on a pin. So this is the first time I've done it. Because normally I've been content with pieces that aren't super good but are good enough. As you can see here, I was at 6,700 feathers. Now I'm at 3,000 or 5,300 feathers. So I use quite a bit. I also use a few of these yellow feathers, but honestly I feel like the 2-star yellow feathers are better to use after you've locked the skill. I didn't lock it. Oh, okay. Unlock again. Unlock using no. Confirm overwrite, no, yes. We saved it, guys. We saved it. I was supposed to lock that. I didn't mention where you get those ever pins. You get them every month in the shop, so you should buy those. I think 25-star powered up tickets is definitely worth it. Ooh, I saw Dark Zone. I was excited. And then you get them in events pretty inconsistently. Dark's theme, but not good additional effects, so we're gonna reroll that. I also need to consider that even though I'm using, I'm using rivals, I should try to go with Dark simply because I do have some teams. I can't just focus on the final battle. Rivals, oh snap. No good additional effects. No good additional effects. I mean, they're good, but no good theme. Those are very mismatched. yeah. So just being content with good pieces is really good. Yeah, poison, not great. Again, no applicable with themes. I mean, everything is just bad with that one. Not the greatest. Again, these pieces are pretty okay. I shouldn't say not the greatest, but it just doesn't match what I need right now. So I'm just kind of going for that. And again, it's like Dark and Rival both work. Bug, Flinch, Ice, Dark, okay. All burn and poison moves. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna be burning them, so that's okay, but not. Want to go for good additional effects here if we can. Yeah, champion main character is great. I feel like this is a great combo because this is a very versatile piece. But can't just stick with that. Again, some of these pieces look really good. I'm sure for certain people like these pieces would be really good, but for me, again, kind of digging for a certain thing here. And honestly, it's hard because if I run into like a good flying piece or a good fighting piece, then I might need to stop. Here we go. Dark zone move. I mean, there we go. 6. There we go. We got it. Even a little bit of extra attack is decent as well. I'll take that. So there we go. We finished the gear that I wanted. Specifically, this is really good for my Dark Tower floor 30. So let's go ahead and equip all the pieces that we've got here. For Dark, I don't know why, because I got a Dark piece. Oh, I guess the bracelet. Well, the bracelet was Dark, I remembered. Strange. I feel like that sometimes doesn't always work. Oh, I guess my bracelet was not Dark. Yeah, so for this is that, and for this it would be this for the stats, and in this it would be this. So honestly, not the greatest, because if we just look at how much extra crit move damage I do, again, you'll have to replace Zinnia here with, because this will probably be my final team. Still need to upgrade a few things, but you can see here we get, for the first bracelet, it's 6, potentially 10. So 6 plus 3. So 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 3 more, or 6 more. So that would be 15. So 15% increase in my normal move damage. Don't forget the 80 stat. It would be nice if the pin got some special attack, but that's okay, right? And then if they're flinching, then I do like 19% extra normal move damage if they're flinching. Which with this team, you guaranteed flinch in a lot of ways, so it's super nice. And of course, if I'm, let's say, if I'm going to be playing Zinnia because I need to only use physical moves, then we can switch some of this up. In the case of the bandana and the pin, I can probably still use those, but the bracelet, I can probably switch with anything that is applicable for Zinnia, right? Like I can even, I'm not sure what would be applicable with Zinnia. She's Hoenn, I guess. Hoenn. Yeah, a little bit more difficult, but you know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's gear. You know, it's probably something like this, honestly. That's gear, and you know, that's just one way of doing things. Again, I went really hard with getting all crit move 3s, which I don't think is necessary, but you know what? I just do for the video. and I've had better gear without crit move 3s. Like, I think if you watch my grass tower video, I showed my grass gear, and my grass gear, I think dragon gear was also pretty nasty too. So like my grass gear clears my current setup here, but you know, it is what it is, right? This is dark gear, so it's a little bit more difficult because you can't really work with weather conditions and stuff like that, and stats conditions. So thank you for watching. You're beautiful the way you are. I hope you enjoyed the gear video, and yeah. So I'll catch you when I do Dark Tower. I'm not sure if I'm going to record Dark Tower first or upload this video first. Probably do Dark Tower first.